Taking an example of something not too far away, the FIFA World Cup, right? People were like, oh, which team is going to win? Like, how far is Morocco going to go, or Spain, or what have you, or
Right.
what's going to happen with France? And it's something, a week down the road or 2 weeks down the road, but it's something people are really, really concerned and seeing where their favorite team will be, even though they may not take something away from that, right? And or sometimes it may be our exams coming up, or you have a review coming up, your bonus, or end of year, you're counting your sales or donations, whatever. But many times, we forget about this big day, this massive day that's going to come, and there will be winning teams and there will be losers, and which stand we'll be on and how much of a winner we will be. And that's one of the key things that to keep an eye on as we read Quran, that what is it reminding us to focus on.
Yeah, mashallah. طيب, Bismillah. Right.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to our next episode of Quranic Transformation. Once again, joined by our special brother Gabriel Al Romani. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And thank you so much for being with us for the last two episodes. We completed Surah Al Qalam. It was a great for you to join us with that. And let's get us started with Surah Al Haqqa.
طيب, إن شاء الله. بسم الله الرحمن أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحاقة ما الحاقة وما أدراك ما الحاقة كذبت ثمود وعاد بالقارعة فأما ثمود فأهلكوا بالطاغية وأما عاد فأهلكوا بالريح صرصار عاتية سخرها عليهم 7 ليال و8 أيام حسوما فترى القوم فيها صرعى كأنهم أعجاز نخل خاوية فهل ترى لهم من باقية وجاء فرعون ومن قبله والمؤتفكات في الخاطية فعصوا رسول ربهم فأخذهم أخذة رابية إنا لما طغى الماء حملناكم بالجارية لنجعلها لكم تذكرة وتعيها أذن واعية فإذا نفخ في الصور نفخة واحدة. نعم. Till
No,
13?
yes, that's good,
No.
inshallah.
طيب. Why is the text smaller on these ayat? Does it look smaller too?
Yes, on my
than
screen
this?
it is. Yeah, so you can do Control Plus. That helps. Or
No, you see this one's anyway. It doesn't matter. Bismillah. طيب.
okay, yeah. So let's begin. So one of the things that we had shared with people when we were to help them do the reflections when they're by themselves is to think about what is one of the key elements that you can look at is what is the Quran reminding you to focus on. And as in this scenario, what would happen is, we wake up or we are in the middle of the day, we are thinking about so many different things, but they are related to today or tomorrow or next week or what has already happened, right? And even taking an example of something not too far away, the FIFA World Cup, right? People were like, oh, which team is going to win? Like, how far is Morocco going to go, or Spain, or what have you, or what's going to happen with France? And it's something, a week down the road or 2 weeks down the road, but it's something people are really, really concerned and seeing where their favorite team will be, even though they may not take something away from that, right? And or sometimes it may be our exams coming up, or you have a review coming up, your bonus, or end of year, you're counting your sales or donations, whatever. But many times, we forget about this big day, this massive day that's going to come, and there will be winning teams and there will be losers, and which stand we'll be on and how much of a winner we will be. And that's one of the key things that to keep an eye on as we read Quran, that what is it reminding us to focus on.
Yeah, mashallah. طيب, Bismillah. Right, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, starting with Al-Haqqa, Ma Al-Haqqa, and these type of formulations about a question is to get people to think about, the importance of what's coming, right? And then Allah repeats again, وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْحَاقَّةُ. What is this inevitable hour? And Al-Haqqa here is like, Haqq basically comes from like inevitable, like truth, inevitability, something that cannot be denied. You know, it's gonna happen. It's like no one can deny. People deny different things, right? For example, they can deny the existence of Allah. Can you deny that you're gonna die?
Yes, right.
Right? No one's gonna deny that they're gonna die, even though you have now the like Bezos and all these guys trying to like,
Still hustling.
talking about hustling and trying to see how we can extend our lives and maybe find the elixir of eternal life. Come on, man. كل نفس ذائقة الموت. Every soul tastes that, right? Like there's no denial of that, and like there's no denial that there will be an hour of resurrection, hour of accountability, right? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes into كذب ثمود وعاد بالقارعة. I mean, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala now is using examples of those people who denied the hour. Right? So what is the hour? The hour, what is the hour? And what will tell you what is the hour? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala goes in to give you now example of what happened to those who denied the hour.
Yes. So that's so maybe we can build on this, right, about the denial of the hour, right? So one of the things that we have been trying to do with the podcast is to keep this spectrum, because one is spectrum is very clear. People who say, well, you know what, that's it, this is a life, you're dust and you're done, right? There's nothing else after that. Your bones and what have you. It's just a matter of matter and carbon and whatnot. And then obviously you have this notion where people do not theoretically deny it, but then there's no piece of akhirah in their decision making. Right? As if it does not exist, right? They are just thinking about, can I get away from it, from this world, right? Will anyone see me? Will anyone see what I'm searching for? What am I doing with my private life? Or what am I doing with my public life, right? But if you are more conscious, either, by reminding yourself or being in the circles of knowledge or reading Quran or whatever it takes, even the whole salah can be a big reminder, right? If we just focus on what we are saying in the salah and how we end our salah, saying that Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adhab al-qabr, right? And you just, man, this is coming, right? This is a real thing. There is a punishment of grave and there is a punishment of the hellfire and what have you. And then you realize this and you connect your activities and your actions of the heart and the actions of the body to those accountability. Then you're not on the spectrum as if either you're completely denying it or it is as if you are denying it.
No, subhanallah. Beautiful.
And to then kind of summarize and take some of these lessons from these huge generations and huge nations which had this massive power, and then what happened to them and how we can reflect on and connect with our reality today. Brother Gabriel.
No, I think when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brings the people of Ad and Thamud, and we know how the scarcity of resources that they had, yet what they've achieved, what they achieved in the world. Like today we have technology and so on, yet still we marvel at some of the miracles, not miracles, but I guess wonders of the, ancient world and so on. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is using these people to show us that even though they're so strong, and indeed, if we are to compare our abilities today as human beings versus the abilities of the ancestors or the people before, they're much stronger than us, right? And then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, فَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَانْظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِكُمْ كَانُوا أَشَدُّ قُوَّةٍ, they were stronger than you. وَآثَرٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ, and they made more, they cultivated or they did more in the world, in the earth than you. Like these people didn't have tractors and, but look at what they've achieved, right? The pyramids, all the, Colosseum of Rome, all these roads or whatever, all these wonders, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made them as a sign for us. And where are they? Where are these people? We know, look at Pompeii, look at Sodom and Gomorrah. People were destroyed because of their arrogance. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, and they denied the striking disaster. Okay, so then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroyed, for example, Thamud, فَأَمَّا ثَمُودُ فَأُهْلِكُوا بِالطَّاغِيَةِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they had this overwhelming blast that just took them over and destroyed them. People don't realize, they don't conceptualize. But yet when you see these tsunamis happening, these videos, Aceh in Indonesia, you're like, man, any day at midday, something can come and just wipe you out, right? Like, I don't know how people don't realize when they read that, wait a second, we can see it today, tornado, volcanoes, all these mother nature, what people say, right? And disasters. Yeah, there's not disaster. I mean, there's a saying in my language, okay, Romanian. I'll translate Romanian in English. It says, Allah doesn't punish you with a stick. Okay? Allah doesn't punish with a stick. Yani it's basically, what do you think you're gonna get? You're gonna get an earthquake, a sinkhole, a tsunami, a volcano. These things we see every year, don't it? So when people still don't take the heed, Allah is then look what happened to those before you. Look what's happening to people. Take heed, you know. So that's what is telling us. And for عاد يعني, for example, عاد فأهلكوا بريح صرصر عاتية. And what is this? And it's a bitter, furious, destroying wind, tornado, hurricane, Katrina, whatever you want to call it, you know, Stacy, Tracy, whatever you want to call it, right? Doesn't matter. That's what it is. Look at the wind, what it can do. It can destroy anything. The power, and behind every wave and every mountain and every wind, there's an angel that controls that. Allah's waiting for Allah's order, you know, that will just, you know, just Allah has to order for the wave to just, and it just takes over everything. People need to realize that.
Very true. And you know, I think something we can also take, you know, a lesson from, because we are actually engaged in that, right? So the first transgression we do is by, like, you know, ignoring it and putting it under the category of mother nature or natural events or natural disasters. And secondly, like, you know, transgression upon transgression, that we, you know, many people engage in making memes, right? Katrina is coming, or Ian is coming, and so on and so forth, right? Like, you know, this is like, just imagine it is not a random thing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually sent it down, and you are saying, okay, that Allah protected you, you are far away from it, and you want to make a joke about it and make memes out of it. And this is really, really something to be taken seriously from. And next is, if you take a look at the leading nations with their whole technology, their whole infrastructure, their prediction capabilities, and how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought them on their knees, whether it be from tornadoes and thunderstorms or forest fires, or the big massive thing of Corona, right?
Sure.
How,
Corona.
you know, like the whole economy and the human beings being shut down, you know, people making fun of, you know, niqabs and what have you, and then now forcing people to wear masks, and, you know, something to take a look at and think about, like how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought everyone on their knees. And this is like, you know, to connect back and realize who we truly are.
وَمَا يَعْلَمُ جُنْدَ رَبِّهَا إِلَّا هُ. Only Allah knows. A small jundi, a small soldier of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala,
You can't even see.
microscopic, cannot even see, will bring the world to his knees. Yani, where's the kibr? Yani?
And lastly, I think another stream that happens from this is to also reflect on, like, the famous personalities that have died, you know, from the time you're watching this podcast in the last year, like from the non-Muslims especially, right? So obviously the big one, we had the Queen passing away, and we had a lot of celebrities and basketball players, and a lot of people actually did pass away. And what people do is, like, you know, either they're going to be in the RIP camp, you know, rest in peace, and I want to be, like, you know, just integrated, or they're going to start refuting it and so on and so forth. But perhaps one other angle is to just look at how powerful they were. And 1 month down the road, yes, you have like 1 week of celebration and people talking about it in the social media and whatnot. 1 month down the road, like, who's going to their graves? Right? Where are they? Like, what kind of clothing are they wearing in their graves? Or does it even matter that, you know, they have like these $10,000 or $20,000 tombstone or what have you? And where are they, and how powerful they were, and how arrogant they were, how much they were either colonizing people or suppressing people or even doing charitable work? But where is it all now?
No, subhanAllah.
So I think, yeah, this was like a very akhirah focus, and really thinking about what really matters and where we are all going down to.
Allah Akbar. And look what Allah says, فَهَلْ تَرَى لَهُم مِّن بَاقِيَةٍ. Do you see anyone left alive? Is there anyone left? Can anyone beat death? Anyone? No one. SubhanAllah. The Prophet ﷺ, you know, couldn't escape it, right? So everyone's going that way. SubhanAllah.
Thank you so much, our brother Gabriel, for joining us, and I hope that you did 3 episodes with us, and inshallah share with us in your comments. Encourage brother Gabriel to join us more often, so hopefully every few months he can come around and do a few episodes, and that's the goal, for us to bring in different people that you love, that you like, to share some thoughts and help us all connect with Quran. So with that, once again, thank you so much, and jazakumullah khairan, fa feekum barakallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
All right. Thank you so much, Shaykh. So inshallah we will...